Atlanta United Fan TV at 0-0 draw. New York Red Bulls, we still haven't beat them. But, yeah, they didn't beat us either, I guess, in this match. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, that's only our second regular season point against Red Bulls. So, I mean, that's something to, I guess, take from it. But, at the end of the day, it's a goalless draw at home, and our goalkeeper was the man of the match. It unfortunately says a lot. I thought Red Bulls controlled most of the play. I thought the end of each half is when Atlanta United looked like they were most likely to score, especially. I believe it was Moreno who hit the post, so rather unlucky there. Moreno, I thought, came on, had a pretty decent impact. But, going forward, it's hard to pick out bright spots, I guess. I mean, Kubo Torres is going to be a significant part of the conversation. I thought he was okay. It's one of those things where, his hold-up play is usually decent. He makes the right runs. He does the right things, but he's just limited in what he can actually offer. And so I think you saw pretty much that package today,
The lack of cutting edge is very apparent.
Yeah, the slipping and falling, the touch not quite needing what it needed to be at certain moments. So, yeah, the match was a struggle. I'll be honest. I joked with a friend that I'd be happy with a point out of this, and I think that a point is as much as we deserve.
Yeah. Yeah, would you be and are you happy with a point like that? Would you have preferred us, obviously, to have scored, right? But,
Sure.
yeah, it's just one of those, where are the goals going to come from at this moment, right? And, you have a lot of fans clamoring for, players, Eric Lopez, Jackson Conway right now. Do you feel like any of these guys that are being clamored for can really make a difference?
I think Eric Lopez can, and I guess at some point should be able to, considering the fee that was paid for him. I thought he was okay. In terms of, sorry, I thought he was okay today.
Yeah.
In terms of him playing striker, that's maybe something to look at. Jackson Conway would offer you a different type of striker for sure. And I guess at this point, it's hard for me to say player X doesn't deserve an opportunity. It's just we got to see. We're yeah, we're pretty deep into the season, and that's what our sixth or seventh draw. So goals are hard to come by. I wish I could be creative about what our struggles are or frame it a different way, but it's pretty obvious what we need. I thought Rbny Utd did an article this week that I thought he nailed it in terms of look the transfers the last couple of years, especially post Tata, haven't really hit. Barco is not quite what we paid for. PT wasn't. Jurgen Damm is getting a high salary, and he hasn't even been available for a good bit of our matches. That's another, in theory, attacking option. So it's just, yeah, it depends on the transfer window. I see that Ainse mentioned the transfer window and that the club is working on targets. They got to get it right, and they got to get it right now. I think it's becoming more and more apparent how important this transfer window is. Because, if things don't go well this transfer window, I think there's questions up in the air for quite a few figures. Ainse, we've seen Bello has been linked to a move to Europe. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody like Miles got that sort of attention as well. So one way or another, this is going to be a big summer for Atlanta United.
And, yeah, all that being said, now, with the transfer moves that need to be made, one that needs to be made is that midfield because Franco Ibarra did go off injured with a hamstring injury. It was confirmed after the match, and so yeah, who do we have in midfield going forward? Who do you feel confident in? Who do you feel like
You can't ask me who I feel confident in right now, man. Yeah, oh God, I hope Josetu can get healthy. It seems like Mo Adams is healthy. He has to play at this point. He just has to. We just don't have any other options. We're missing Hyndman. I think a lot. I thought for one, he was a regular part of the rotation. I thought he was actually settled in terms of his role as a ball progressing type of midfielder. But yeah, gosh, it's just looking at the roster. It's funny too. At the beginning, I didn't necessarily feel that way about midfield or defense even. But no, we see Alan Franco play today, and as we mentioned before, he's gonna have to play a lot soon. He might play. It may be a case where Franco comes in and then Sosa gets pushed higher up into the midfield, and Yeah, it's NC has a tough job on his hands right now. You know, I can't. There's not too much I can fault NC for. You know, I think I think the team does have an identity to a degree, but I think the team also has limitations, and so it's just like, what can you do?
Appreciate the time, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.